What's going on, everybody? It's Kanye. Today's video will be showing you how to make the best park center in NBA 2k23. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do I have it set at small forward for the position for this build? The main reason for that is because if you wanted to take this build and not necessarily just play park, but also play rec, it functions as a really good wing build for locking up guards as well as bigs. It can do both. So I felt the small forward position was a good position for it. Not to mention when you're playing park with other people, if you're going to be the center, they're both going to typically be on guards. So at the small forward, you will still be playing the big man position in park. So that being said, let's get started. We did say we're going to be a small forward today. Handedness and jersey number are up to y'all. Now, when we're looking at our body settings, we're going to go 6'9", weight 231. And the reason we're going up with the weight is because we want to be able to get a high strength rating, because as an undersized center in park, you have to deal with guys that are 6'11", 7 foot trying to do back downs on you. But if you have a high enough strength rating, you're going to be able to prevent that. So that's why we're going with that 231 weight. For wingspan, we're going to go 7'6" to get our 83 3 ball. That's going to allow us to get silver agent threes. And then for our body shape, I'm just going to go defined. Now, for our attribute layout, we're going to start here in finishing. Our close shot's going to go up to 67. Our driving layup is going to go up to 80. Our driving dunk is going to go all the way to 86. Our standing dunk is going to go to 54. And our post control is going to go to 29. That's going to give us 14 finishing badges. I would highly recommend adding your extra finishing badges adding your extra badge points to finishing, because it is the weakest spot of this build. The benefit of us being 6'9" and not any shorter is that we do get limitless takeoff, fearless, slithery, acrobat, all in the tier 1, tier 2 area. But if you want to get posterizer and bully and things like that we're going to be able to get on this build, I highly recommend you add your extra badges there. You've got, I think it is 4 from doing the My Career storyline, and then if you get 39 in this season and 2 seasons before, you're going to have a total of 7 badges to add. I would put them all in this area probably. You could also put maybe a couple in playmaking. But moving on to shooting, we're going to go our mid-range all the way up to 76. Our three-point shot is going to max out at 83, and we're going to leave the free throw at 58. Again, this is a park build, so we're not too worried about the free throw rating, but yes, you can still hit them with this rating. As you can see here, with the 20 shooting badges we have, potentially we can get silver Deadeye, silver blinders. We can also get gold green machine in the tier 2 category, silver agent threes. We can also get gold claymore as a tier 1, which is really nice. So when you look at it, we're going to be a really good standstill shooter. We can definitely spot up in the corner on offense if need be. We can also be a pick and pop guy while also being able to shoot off the dribble as well. So really, really strong shooting build for that big man position. Moving on to playmaking, we're going to go pass accuracy all the way up to 75. This is going to get us that LeBron James pass style as well as an extra badge point. Ball handle is going to go all the way up to 87. That's going to get us, gold unpluckable, gold clamp breaker, gold quick first step, silver handles for days. So we're going to be able to handle the ball really well as the big. This is going to be good for us when we want to set up in ISO situations against the opposing team center. If, our guards aren't able to, score on their own. This is definitely going to be good for that, especially if you can set up mismatches off of screen plays. And then lastly, with the speed with ball, we're going to go up to 71. That's going to get us a 19th playmaking badge. So realistically, you can get 2 tier 3 playmaking badges after putting 10 in the first 2 categories. So this build can be really, really good. Playmaking wise, the nice part of being 6'9" is that break starter is actually a tier 1 badge. So throwing outlet passes on rebounds in park games, you're going to be able to do that very, very well. And then you can also get needle threader and quick first step in that tier 2 category, and then move on to get clamp breaker, handles for days, and things like that in the tier 3. Now, moving on to defense and rebounding, our interior defense is going to be a 73. Our perimeter defense is going to be at 87. Our steal is going to be an 85. And then our block is going to be a 93. And then our defensive rebound is going to be at 85. We're going to leave offensive rebound at 45. It's just what is required in order to have our defensive rebound at an 85. So you're going to see here we get 22 potential defensive badges. One thing I really like that we do have available to us is we can get gold anchor and gold pogo stick. That's going to help us defend, inside. We also get gold challenger if we're going against shooters. We have silver clamps, silver glove if we get switched onto the ball handler. We can also run Hall of Fame menace, gold pick dodger, silver rebound chaser. We have plenty of assortment of badges to lay out here based on what you're going to be doing primarily, because you can technically be the lock on your team with this and play on-ball defense and still bring a different center, but ideally this is going to be your center build. Now, moving on to the physicals, our speed is going to go all the way up to 70. Our acceleration is going to go to 74. We're going to max the strength out at 89. We're going to go up to 75 on the vertical, and then we're going to take our stamina and put it at 87. Now, once we have put the strength at 89, you're going to see now we have the availability for gold bully. In the finishing badge category, we get gold brick wall. In the defensive badge category, one thing I will say, and it's one alteration to this build, I made it this way to get a specific name, but the one alteration I'll say is if you don't want to make it this way, I suggest knocking down your perimeter defense by 1 and upping the interior defense to 75 just because it'll assist you on those post back downs. Another option is, you can upgrade this. And the nice part about that is it's going to give you a sleeper build name, which is super cool. You're going to be called a 3-point shooter if you just lower this perimeter defense by 1. Me personally, I didn't want the 3-point shooter name, and I also wanted to have Hall of Fame menace as an option to me, so I went ahead and maxed out the perimeter defense. Now, looking at this build finished, we're going to have 14 finishing badges, 20 shooting badges, 19 playmaking badges, and 22 defensive badges. Obviously, you could go down on the playmaking some if you're not much of a ball handler and you want to be more of a catch and shoot player. You can knock down the ball handling rating and upgrade your finishing. You could upgrade your defense more or even upgrade your mid-range. So that's definitely an option you have. Me personally, how I like to play is I like to run park big, set screens, and if nothing's working, be able to set up an ISO just as an option. And if you have a lower ball handler, that's not really going to be as easy of a thing to do. But overall, with this badge count here, I'd recommend adding some of your extra badges, if not all of your extra badges, to finishing and maybe a couple to playmaking. Now, another perk of this build, we get both interior and exterior defense takeovers, perimeter and interior defense takeovers, excuse me. But to show you what other options you have, you can get the shot creating takeovers, you can get the sharpshooting takeovers, and then we have our perimeter and interior takeovers for defense. I chose to go with perimeter badge drop. One perk of having this as your primary is that in the pick and roll game, or if people are setting picks in park, then you are going to get switched onto the ball handler, and now this is activated. Me personally, actually, though, I might make that the secondary and make stuff blocks my primary. Just because stuff blocks is going to work on chase downs, everything like that. But these are the two takeovers I'd run, especially if you're going to be the park big. Now, let's go ahead and see what this build is compared to and what we're going to be called. Again, I wanted to make sure we definitely got a defensive build name, and we see here OG Anunoby, Gerald Wallace, Mikal Bridges, all really strong defenders, and we are called a 3-and-D wing. Now, I don't know about you all, but I haven't really seen many 3-and-D wings. I've seen a bunch of two-way builds and a bunch of glass cleaning builds, but the name 3-and-D wing I haven't seen near as much this year. So this could be kind of a unique build for you to have. Again, if you want a different name, more of a sleeper build, knock the perimeter defense down from 87 to 86, and this will be called a 3-point shooter. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope y'all try out this build and it works out well for you. Peace.